few slides and then we'll do a quick demo. So just first of all, thank you for attending the TSANet Connect 2.0 user training. I'm going to just take you through a few high-level slides. If you're not familiar with TSANet, this slide hopefully sums it up. We're set up as a not-for-profit. There's about 900 plus vendor members that are part of TSANet, and really our mission as a not-for-profit is to enable our shared customers or shared members to work together on their common customer issues. So essentially multi-vendor support. If you look at from a very high level how TSANet is designed to work, it's set up to where your team, as you're working on a customer issue, if you feel it's a benefit to collaborate with another member to speed up resolution, deliver a solution faster for the customer, you can do so through TSANet Connects. You go over to the TSANet Connect platform, make a collaboration request, and at that point, you are directly connected to the other member, and you can work to resolve the issue. So that, in general, is how it's set up. We are providing the legal framework, the technology framework to allow that to happen, but really members are working directly with each other to solve the issue. If we look at the reasons to use it, I always try to separate this into kind of two different areas. First is the what's in it for me as a support engineer, and obviously the number one thing is to solve problems faster. So we know it's very difficult to be an expert in both your own product as well as other vendors' products. We also know that collaborating on complex problems, which these certainly tend to be complex problems, requires collaboration. And I'm sure internally you have swarming and other types of models to enable that. This is really the external method to collaborate with other vendors. And the other thing I always point out too is just from a customer experience standpoint, customers hate finger pointing. So they hate being told, go talk to this one, go talk to that one. They're setting up conference call bridges, those types of things. It's just much better that the experts at each vendor are working on the common resolution. And then underlying, obviously, there's the legal framework, and there's also the operational process that's ISO certified, that follows best practices, so you can feel confident that you're collaborating with the right things in place. And it is also a very efficient way of working with partners. So if you've got 2 partners, 3 partners, 100 partners, 300 partners, it really makes it very consistent and efficient to work with all the partners that you need to work with. So I'm going to switch over to Connect 2.0. I'm assuming might be some folks on the call that have used TSANet Connect over the years. TSANet Connect has been around for about 7 years. So obviously our previous generation, we'll call it 1.0, went through a lot of maturity and changes and features and stuff along that period. But 2.0 is really a brand new architecture, and there was 2 very big areas that we improved upon with this new generation. And the first is to establish a enterprise-grade integration framework. So this allows us to build packages to integrate with the various SaaS systems out there, Salesforce, Microsoft Dynamics, etc. And I will show you a little bit what that looks like. But that's really, I would say, one of the big changes in 2.0. The second big change is we've moved to what I would call full-featured collaboration solutions. So 1.0 was largely a handshake introducing you to the other engineer and their case number, but then really working and collaborating on that was done outside of our system. Maybe it was email, maybe it was phone calls, but that wasn't tracked through the system. So it kind of led for a fragmented experience, and now that is solved in 2.0. So in addition to making a collaboration request, you can update the case, add notes, all those types of things. So full-featured collaboration solution. And we do have a Salesforce package is ready to go GA. I will actually show you a little bit that during the demo. And then we also have a Microsoft Power App that will be entering beta. So hopefully this gives you a sense of where TSANet Connect 2.0 direction is heading. Obviously, the web app is the thing that's in place now. Everybody is using 2.0 through the web app. That's really going to be the focus of this call. But I think most of the folks on this call through 2025, you'll probably start hearing about maybe even having the integrated solution within your environment. So taking a look at the process that is now in place with 2.0, the way to look at this is from the sender side. And again, works exactly the same whether you're using the web app, whether you're using the Salesforce interface, whether you're using integration within Microsoft Dynamics, or whatever future system we end up doing, it will work exactly the same. And it does not matter who you're collaborating with. So you could be collaborating with somebody that's just using the web app and they're fine with that. You could be collaborating with somebody that's using a totally different system that you're using. It all works exactly the same. You don't notice any difference in functionality and in user experience. So you're going to go into the system, you'll search for a member, it will pop up what we call a process form. You'll complete that, press submit, and then this handshake will occur with the receiver. What will come back, it will connect you to their case number. That's part of this response coming back. You can see here we have an SLA timer that's monitoring that response. So if it doesn't come back within the agreed response time, the system will trigger off escalation process, escalation alerts, emails, things like that. So we do monitor that. And then the enhancements for 2.0 really come in the step 3. So before you only had an initial response, now you can update that response also. So for example, if the assigned engineer changes, you can communicate that. So that is bidirectional on step 3. And then step 4, obviously adding notes is bidirectional, and that's new functionality with Connect 2.0 as well. So this is really the enhancement to 2.0. And again, web fully supports this as well as any type of integrated solution. So if we take a look at how to use it, this is one change also. So if you have bookmarked an old landing page, we have simplified that quite a bit. So now it's really just your domain at tsanet.org, or you can just go to connect.tsanet.org, search for your company, and it'll find your login page for you. You either log in and create an account, or create an account at that page, or if you have single sign-in enabled, that just automatically gets you connected in there as well. So then the first part of the process at step 1 and 2, this has not changed at all from the previous generation system. So very simple, you're going in here, you're searching for a company, maybe you have pinned favorites, but this really helps you find the member, which again will show you the process form. And here's where you fill out the information requested. We do the demo. I'll just show you a couple examples so you can see. But again, this is where the efficiency comes, is everyone's process form is really exactly the same. There might be 1 or 2 custom fields that have been added, but in general, it's the same exact experience, whether you're collaborating with NetApp or Red Hat or Microsoft, or name your one of the 900 members in here. They're all gonna work the same. So very consistent experience. This is also not changed, what I would call the first step of the collaboration acknowledgement. So you will get this email handshake. You'll get an email directly after you press the submit button, including the information that you submitted. It'll also include this embedded escalation instruction. So this is something goes wrong. Maybe you don't get a response within the SLA. Maybe the assigned engineer is being non-responsive. This is where you have an escalation process that you can follow. And then the second example is the response coming back that shows you, hey, here's our case number, here's the assigned engineer. And again, all these emails will always include the escalation instructions just in case something goes wrong. So those are where the consistencies are with the previous generation. This then shows the enhancements. And again, I'll highlight this a lot more in the demo, but what you'll see on the homepage now is your existing cases. And the pull down here allows you to filter them. You can see active cases 30 days, your company cases 30 days. You can look at all your cases. So it allows you to kind of see what you want to see. But ultimately, you would select the case you want to view, and you'll see this enhanced case view. So on the top part, you're going to see, kind of the metadata of the collaboration. So your case information, and then the receiver's case information. You're going to see the escalation instructions here, again, right at the top. So if you have any issues, and then you have the new action buttons. So you can see here, you can add notes. In this example, we also show you can close a case. There's ability to update case. So these action buttons will be appearing based on, kind of what an appropriate action is for that case at a given time. And then the other thing that you'll see added is the new collaboration feed. And this is a feed just like you have in any incident or case tracking system, where it's just going to show you all the history. So all the notes, all the system changes, anything that has to do with this collaboration is going to be shown in the feed. Now, to get the feed, you do have to have single sign-on available. That's for security reasons. But even if you don't have access to single sign-on, or you can't set that up, you will still have all the full functionality, so you can still add notes and those types of things. And then obviously the system, just like it did in the step 1 and 2, is going to email you whenever something happens here. So if a member comes and updates the case that you've collaborated with them on, it will send you an email with that note and the ability to click and come back here and add a note going back. So no change in functionality or capability with any type of membership level or capability. So that is the new functionality. The escalation piece is kind of last part I'm gonna cover. So when something goes wrong, there's usually kind of a couple different things that you can leverage. So the first is if you're having problems with a specific collaboration, this is where the escalation instructions come in. So non-responsiveness, and missed SLAs, all of those types of things, the escalation instructions are going to give you a second path to get that escalated and get the right folks involved. So obviously we're monitoring those SLAs, the system's taking action, we get involved, but you have the ability to deal with that also. So definitely, if there's something that's not working well on a specific collaboration, definitely leverage those escalation instructions. And then for the TSANet Connect system as well, so any type of issues with login, any of those types of things, highlight the membership at tsanet.org for any system issue. You'll see we also have chat available. And then, of course, any type of system outage type thing, we have phone support as well. So that's all available as part of any type of system issue. And I'll show you where all of those resources are available as well within the system. Okay, so with that, I am going to switch over to a quick demo. Okay, so this is a new system. I'm just going to walk through a few of the changes. First of all, the header has changed. We've made a few changes on this side. First is we moved from icons to just the straight up text. If you have an admin login, this training is not going to cover that, but basically you'd have this admin piece that opens up a menu with that. We have we have special admin training for that. The events and training, these both are going to open up tabs for you. So the events is going to open up all the different webinars, regional focus groups, all those types of things that we have there. Training, again, is going to open up all of the member resources. So you're going to have lots of different training options, things that, oh, I can send this to my team. It's a short little training video, different things on that side. If I'm an administrator, it's got a lot more information here, right? Including things like, security stuff, how you set up SAML, support process, which includes, what to do for system outages and things like that. So that is all available under the resources side, and then profile, of course, is your profile. And then we'll also show you your membership level, which if you select this, it'll tell you which features and functionality, and then of course your logo would be displayed there as well. So that's the changes on the top part. As I was saying, no change at all in how you make a collaboration. So this is exactly how it was. So for example, if I want to collaborate with NetApp, I just do my my search here, and I select the process form, and you can see it automatically is going to populate my information here. I put my internal case number, I put the problem in description, I've got the customer details. Again, here's an example where they have a custom field that's been added. So NetApp, along with pretty much every hardware vendor, is going to want a serial number. So you have a field here. And then this is where I was saying you've got the priority, and the system will share with you what the expectations are on the priority. So based on your priority, that's where the SLA clock is gonna watch. And then again, you fill out all this stuff and you press submit. And just to give you a sense that everyone looks the same, you can see here, Red Hat looks very similar, right? They don't have a custom build because they don't have hardware, but they actually have one on the product side with product line pull down. So you may find a member that has one or two custom fields here, but in general, they're all going to be the same. Your process is all going to be the same. So this makes it very consistent and easy to work with, all the partners that you need to work with. Two other things that I do want to show on this making a new collaboration are the exceptions that might happen and how the system helps you with that. So one exception is I search for a company that I want to work with, but I don't have a relationship with them. So not to go into the details of our membership levels, but there is a membership type called limited member. And what that is an elite member has invited them into a partner program. And it could be they got invited to one partner program or two partner programs. So for example, this company may just have a relationship with, for example, Red Hat. But that still allows them to show up on the search. And if you need to work with them, you can still click on this and you provide the information on why you need to work with them. So for example, if it is an active customer situation, we can enable a complimentary collaboration that kind of gets you working with that member and sorting the customer issue out. And then of course, we'll work with the appropriate business managers to enable the ongoing relationship there as well, because really behind TSANet, it's a relationship management structure. So that's how that piece works. The other part is you might end up searching for a company and you don't see them in the system at all. This is another opportunity for you to, tell us about that. Again, here, it certainly helps us to have a contact at that company. And if you can imagine, of course, we would have to reach out to them, get them on board in the system. But if we do have contacts that we've been working with, we're usually good with trying to get you guys connected to resolve the pressing customer issue. But then, of course, ultimately, we would like to make sure there's an ongoing relationship capability in the system. So I would say number one thing that I always tell a member is certainly you want to make sure when your support engineers go to the site and collaborate with a partner that they can find them. So if they're not on there, we want to take a proactive step to make sure we resolve that. So that is making the collaboration request. So then what happens, and this is the new part of the system, you end up with the case showing up in your cases section. And as I said, we've got some pull downs here that will allow you to kind of filter these different things. There's different statuses. So when you first make the request, it's going to be open. And then when the other side accepts it, you'll see it move to accepted. There are some other statuses as well. So for example, you may see information. And what that means is the receiver has sent back a request for further information. So this generally is some customer service team that's saying, I can't create a case because you gave me a wrong serial number, or that customer is not found in our systems, or whatever the issue with is that preventing collaboration. So you might see an information piece there, but again, that'll be clearly communicated on what information is missing, and you'll have the mechanism to respond back to that. But if we go into one of these cases, it will show you the enhancements that we've made now. So again, you've got the action buttons that are going to kind of show based on what you can do. So here, obviously, is an accepted case. You can add notes. I'm the sender, so I could close this out. Currently, we don't allow the receiver to close, but that's actually an open discussion to see if we should enhance that as well. But you will see this top level information from your side. The receiver detail will be here. You will have the escalation instructions, and then again, you see this collaboration feed. And the collaboration feed, of course, is going to show system generated things, but it would also show notes. We'll see if I can find one here with some notes that you can get a sense. Get a sense of what that looks like. Let me get back to maybe this. There we go. So here's an example one with, here's some system stuff, and then here's some notes as well. And again, you could also see an update in here, for example, say the engineer change, right? So if the receiver changes the engineer, that will be reflected both up here as well as a note of an engineer change down in the notes as well. Okay, so that is the new web app. Not too much change below here. Of course, we kind of fish up the latest information here, and then there's on the footers some information related to how it works, information on security policy, those types of things, and then what's new. You'll see this in the December release. I'm on a test system now, but we used to have kind of an icon over here that is highlighting which version it is. Now you'll click on the what's new, and you'll see all of the different changes that have taken place over time. So we have a quarterly release cadence, hot fixes, things like that. So this will be a place where you can go to really kind of understand all the changes that have taken place over time. Okay, so with that, I got a few minutes left. I want to just spend a very little bit of time to give you a sense of integration. And again, I know everyone's using the web app now, and that's the purpose of this call, but I at least wanted to give you a sense of what the future looks like, because that's coming pretty soon for some members, and over time for others. And in the piece that I'm going to stress here is it is exactly the same as a web app. So it's not, there's a massively different process once you do integration. I think you'll get the appreciation for that. So for example, I'm on a new case, and I need to collaborate with a member. Just like I went to that website and I said new collaboration, I can do that now within Salesforce, right? I search for the member, I select the member, and it goes and it fetches this process form. Of course, since it's integrated with Salesforce, it's populating some more information for me. So a little bit less data entry, but same type of thing, right? Select a priority, press submit, and it's going to do that exact same thing that that the web app's doing. And again, you'll see that then reflected within obviously Salesforce. We have a widget here, but this could also be within Salesforce. There's concepts of flows and related records. So there's different ways that you can enable this, but it's all going to work exactly the same, right? You're going to do your new request. It's going to come. You can see here this one's accepted, and then all of the communication that you saw in the collaboration feed on the web is actually going to be in your case feed on Salesforce, right? So now everything that you're doing within the collaboration is going to be reflected right within your case process. So obviously you'd be able to see all the updates. If you wanted to just go straight into the collaboration piece as well, you could. So hopefully this gives you a little bit of sense of where things are going. And again, I'm just showing you Salesforce because we're getting ready to go GA with this, but we're getting ready to open up beta on the Microsoft Power App, and you'll see it's the exact same thing, right? So the nice thing about the design here is if you think about how it is set up, you have the core, which is basically a enterprise grade integration platform, and we're building clients, right? One of them is the web app, which everyone has access to, but then there'll be these we'll call them supported system integrations, but also we do support custom integrations too. So we have APIs and integration documentation, all of the things that you need to do a custom integration if you've got a homegrown system as well. So with that, I know we still have a few minutes left over. What I would like to do is open it up for some questions. If folks have some questions on here, you can put them in the chat, or you can also do the Q&A. And I'm also going to put my email in here as well, because I know a lot of times people end up with questions after the fact. So certainly if you have any questions that come up after this call, feel free to reach out to me at any time. But certainly one thing that we wanted to accomplish with this is, we've deployed the web app. It's actually been live since the middle of July. And I think a lot of members didn't quite understand that Connect 2.0 is for everyone, and it's immediately for everyone. And the web app fully supports every single thing that 2.0 offers. So really want to kind of make sure we get people to understand that. If you haven't used TSANet Connect for a while, or used it in the past and said, it wasn't all that helpful, I couldn't do the ongoing notes, or whatever was a limitation before, please take a second shot at that. If you have an opportunity to collaborate with a member, please go in there and give it a shot. Let us know how it goes. So any questions? See a couple thumbs up and no questions. That's fine. Again, you can put them in the chat or the Q&A. I can see them in there as well. Okay. Otherwise, if there's no questions, again, feel free to reach out, send me an email. But definitely, if you haven't gone in here for a while, go and take a look. And then the system, of course, we send surveys on end of collaborations, those types of things as well. So definitely give us feedback. That's how we created 2.0, is listening to your feedback, and that's how things improve and continue. So certainly give us a feedback on how things are working and how we can continue to improve this. Okay, with that, we'll let everybody go for the day, and we'll talk to you later. Thanks for joining.